Welcome to the Creative Monday Discussion Show. I am your host, Mervin Butram, and we are creatives transforming lives. Tonight's episode, I have none other than Chef Sean Kuylen, who will take us on a culinary inspired tour as he discusses his approach for cultural tourism and how he showcased Belizean food culture and inspired cuisine. So, without any further ado, I want to welcome Chef Sean to the screen with us. Good evening, Sean. How are you doing?
Good evening, my brother. Everything is great.
Tell us a little bit about who you are and kind of your background.
Yes. Well, again, thank you for having me. And every time I do this, every time I introduce myself, the first thing I say, I am a Belizean. That's it. Everywhere I go. If I go to a school, if I go beyond our borders, and I introduce myself, I just love saying that I am a Belizean. And then I say that I'm Chef Sean Kuylen. Originally, I was born in Corozal, but I grew up in Dangriga.
Tell us a little bit about the earlier years. What was it like for you growing up in Dangriga and music, and how did that influence who you've become?
Yeah, certainly. So I again grew up in Dangriga, but there is one thing I must tell you, and a lot of people won't believe me. I was very, very shy. I was a shy person.
I don't believe you.
Benaru boy, that's true. I'm always now on stage as a chef. Being on stage from then just naturally translated. Later on, I went to culinary school and everything, but one of my first internship was actually at Disney World in Orlando, Florida. And there's no more structure of being on stage than Disney World. Everything is being on stage. You're behind the stage and you are always on stage. So I think growing up in Dangriga, doing the devotions and stuff, learning cultures and seeing these translation in languages and the Disney experience, I think it all come together now that what I have created is really always literally being on stage.
At Disney World, like how did that come about, and what were some of the things you learned through that experience?
Yeah, that was great. It was so much structure, and I could remember the first week. You can't just go to work. You can't just say get a badge and you're a cast member. You're not a co-worker. It's a cast member. These lingos, But I could remember there's a thing called traditions, and up to today, and it will never end, As a cast member, you have to go through a thing called traditions, which is you have to understand the culture of Walt Disney. So again, why I mentioned that is because, take for example, you have a student right now just graduate and they want to go to work at BTL, for example, or anything. You can't just show up at the door and want to do an interview and expect that you will get the job because your qualification is impeccable. But you have to do a little bit of homework. You have to understand the culture of the company. So I think the greatest thing that I learned at Disney World was learning the culture of a property, which translated into when I went to Hamanasi, for example, or Cana, or St. Vincent and the Grenadines, or Dominica. You learn the culture of your company, and that's practically the secret that many people don't really realize, but it is such a secret main ingredient.
What I'm seeing, you've developed a hunger and a desire to understand culture and then take that and translate that into what you're doing in your personal brand. Let's jump a little bit into the chef journey, Sean. When did the passion for food start for you?
I ended up applying online to go to a culinary school, and I got accepted. And it was a culinary school in San Francisco in California. And if you think about New York and food, big food places, San Francisco is certainly up there with around the world, Well, boy, it was very challenging, nerve-wracking. Get there, no nothing. The journey was rather challenging, but I realized right after that I loved it so much that it became natural. And because you love something, and this is another life lesson for anybody who want to ask. You may ask me to understand what are the first advice I would you do. The word cliche was do something with your love, and work a day in your life.
Yeah.
I mean, you've heard it so many times, but I am telling you, I don't know about a student at school. I got a school, and you do your see there, you get your mission and thing, barely the scrape bag. But in culinary school, I get 4.2. I wrap up culinary school simply because I realized that it's something I like. So when I got to culinary school, I just managed to hone in on a skill that I said, boy, I never knew that I had. And I started to and I started to excel. And I remember going back to Hamanasi as my first job back from culinary school. I may feel like that, bembe, right? My chest go, I grow 2 hair from my chest up because I come from culinary school. But lo and behold, I went to Hamanasi with a kitchen of 18 Garifuna women. All women, either the only lead boy. First of all, the youngest lead boy. You think I gained any respect the first week, month, 2 years of being at Hamanasi's kitchen? Zero respect. The lady don't want to listen to me. They can't be saying school and paper. I realized that authentic Belizean cuisine was coming from the staff kitchen. It wasn't coming from us imitating. You hear that? Authentic leader staff imitating the way we made it do. I don't know a Frenchman, me no gone to Europe yet in my life. How can you expect Zelda Morgan, Marcia Nunes, Gloria Lamy, Star Jane, all these women who are from Hopkins Village to do and imitate and cook from a cookbook when we watch her? So and that was the eureka moment. That was when the Sean Kuylen that we know today, the inspired Belizean cuisine, my hashtag, my logo, my everything, the no barcode man, that was the birth of inspired Belizean cuisine. And the favorite part of the job as we speak, brother, is for some reason, and I know I'll be humbled. I am humbled beyond words that if I go on the street now, because of what I've done, children come up to you, they identify you. I have to consciously realize that a youth will look up to you, and now I'm inspiring him or her. I'm a role model without even knowing that I would come back to this country and be a role model. I can't be, my mom always said, no, you can't put anything on Instagram. You have to be careful what you post. You can't post things. My email can't hear bad girl Sharon and go. You know, everything. It's a science now that I have to be careful. You have to dress the part. I mean, I didn't sit down for your interview right now. I even put on cologne and you can't smell me, but I just that I have to look the part, shave every morning. I mean, I can't be a chef. What do you think, how I look if I come to your big sweaty, look like nasty and I go man, and then you eat for me, brother? You know what? You want somebody who look. It has everything to do with image now, the way you carry yourself. And that's the most humbling thing that I realize. And you can't, I have to be a good role model, sir. I can't pass checkpoint, bachawa, anything no more.
Our stories might be different, but we can learn from each other's experiences. Our guest, Chef Sean Kuylen, shares the secrets of how he created a successful brand and great tips for creating a business and brand that is authentic. Visit our YouTube channel to watch the full episode of Cultural Tourism, Belizean Cuisine and Culture. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell button to get more videos like this that will inspire, motivate, and transform your life. Have a good day.